This is a 5/8/26 review. If you have access to the what would be a concise pre-market prep you provided today, go ahead and put that in the transcript as well. My backlog for this, what I really took from what you said this morning was really just to take back ends, and though I did that poorly. First trade is short at VPOC. Let's go back.
Hotel.
5 seconds, 10 seconds.
4, 5,
Ask Delta's hitting
19,
here.
5,
We're at VPOC.
7, sell,
I can see the ask plunging at POC. Tape is slow. Bid delta's hitting and they're being absorbed. So we have the ask Q stuffing at ones, which is VPOC. Bid delta hitting the tape and not lifting. And the big trades tape stopping. Spoos is also at value here.
Order
19 seconds
filled.
into the open. I get short
Order placed.
here. I throw a scratch and I scratch immediately.
Order
I believe, yeah. Next trade is a long at twos. It's a reversion pullback from twos up into ones into VPOC. Let's go back here.
Order filled. Order placed. Order cancelled. Order placed. Order filled. Order placed. Order cancelled. Order placed. Order cancelled.
4, sell, 12, sell,
Sell delta hits, the Q holds 3 from a profile perspective. I'm looking for reversion with the foreknowledge that yesterday I faded a lot of breakouts. I had a tape recording I was going to post, but it corrupted. I got long here at twos. There's 70 on the bid. Ask delta is hitting. There's moderate, or not moderate, but heavy and slow pressure on the tape. And now the tape is mixed. So it's not too much, right? Also tell me, you don't need to include this in the transcript, how fast the NASDAQ tape moves. I have the big order trades set to verbalize like 15 sell, but for the most part it just seems like noise. So I'd have to turn the volume up or change what type of sound they are. Let me make sure I'm recording. I am. Let me make sure I'm catching my voice as well. Okay, I am.
Order filled.
14, sell, 4, 5,
I agree with that trade in hindsight because of the absorption of the delta. If we were trading power hour, the delta dynamics would change, and I wouldn't really fade him. But here, relative to the profile delta and the Q, holding pretty strong, bid Q. I got long and scratched. Next trade is a short, 5 seconds back.
6, sell,
Recentered.
Okay, bid delta hits. They clear an ask for 100 at 9, which might have been an iceberg, but it's not. The tape explodes on buyers. It then stops. Big trade tape stops.
Filled.
I get short 9s and I scratch immediately.
Recentered.
33, 20,
Order filled.
I think this, you can mark this as a process error. I hit the flat key immediately, I believe.
Order
Next
filled.
trade is I'm chasing the fading of momentum here. I was short at 8s. 9 is the value area high. 8 is the LVN. VPOC is 1. So this is a return pullback trade back into the HVN. It's a front Q trade. I have to go back now and tell you which trades were front Qs,
Order filled.
Qs or not. The first trade, which is a scratch, is
Order
front side.
placed.
6, sell,
Placed. Order cancelled.
4, sell, 12, sell,
Second trade is a backside.
Recentered.
33, 20,
Order filled.
Third trade is a backside.
Order filled.
trade, the continuation breakdown short that we were on is yeah, it's a front side. It's a front side. It's breakout short on absorption of bid delta, and meta order tape being orange, meaning there are sellers. So there's a bid delta divergence here. It's a return pullback from an HVN. Also, there was excess. Price moved up to 8, which is the low volume node. 9 is the value area high. I get short 9s, which is already a shelling point. The excess tells me that if there were stops or anything up there, they've been blown out. And we could see a short-term movement partially from people getting stopped out and a liquidity vacuum, right? So I caught the front side of that. Again, delta bid delta, because it's open, is very, very loud, and they're being
Order
absorbed.
placed. Order placed. Order placed. Order
I win that trade, I believe, or it may have been a scratch, but I think it was a winner. Next trade.
order filled.
13.
Now tape aggressively rallies on momentum from zeros, the volume point of control, up into sevens. Bid delta is persisting.
12.
Order
We're in the low volume
Fill.
node here. I get slipped on a fill here because of the Q positioning. I'm not sure if I won that trade, but it looks like we're trading 8 and 9s, and I got
13.
filled at 0. I most likely immediately won that trade
Order
in Sim if that was a real
canceled.
thing. I'm not sure. What trade is this? It's a win for 36 ticks. That's not good. I don't know if that'll follow through in Sim or if it's a platform issue. I mean,
Recentered.
nasty. But I got long on the breakout, going with delta at a key area in the profile. You know, value area high, and meta order tape pretty high as well. Though in the background tape was printing as
Order
well.
placed. Order filled.
I think
Order Order filled.
it was, yeah, and that was a front side trade.
Order filled. Recentered. Order placed.
This breakout is a backside breakout.
Order
It's not
filled.
a front side breakout. How did they fill?
Recentered. Order placed. Order filled.
No. One was, okay, yeah. I put in an order short. I put in an order short for 8s. Price is trading at 7, meaning if they absorb the bid delta and they push lower, I want to be short on a front side trade back into the value area. Though if they sustain the breakout, I want to be long. So I took a front side short. I didn't take an actual short. It was just an order I put in, and I took an actual front side long at 7s in order to go with the delta. So it's almost like a reverse hedge. You know, whichever way it goes, according to the flow, I want to be long or short. I want to participate in the momentum. So I'm technically long the momentum here at this key area of the profile, and less about the direction. I get anyways, I was long 7s. The ask stacks, you can hear the delta changing. It becomes more moderate, and I
filled.
lose the trade and immediately put a short on in the process. I'm a bit harebrained. It's 1 minute and 30 seconds into the open. I scratch the other loss.
Order placed. Order filled.
11. Sell. 11.
Now I get short front, now I
Sell.
get short backside 7s outside of the value area. Ask delta is still hitting. Meta order tape is still bullish. I'm looking for the Q to follow through on the ask side. The reason from a context perspective is that we had a lot of buying here and price went nowhere.
Order placed.
So I'm playing not really mean. Yeah, I am playing mean
Canceled.
reversion. I scratch that.
4. Sell.
Order
I
placed.
flip long there at the
Order
7
placed.
minute. I throw my scratch in. I take advantage of a huge big Q that shows up. So really the capacity to scratch and
Order
saved me there.
placed.
I chase along here at 5 into the
Order
LBN on
placed.
a consistent ask delta, on consistent bid delta, effectively delta momentum, right? Meta order tape is kind of quiet. They're blowing up my ears and we're in a low volume node here. This is partially a Grady as she goes, if you remember that from Grady's ebook and some of my old clips. If you want to index something as she goes, ASG, which basically dictates or means that if there's momentum and prices moving up, you should follow it. You should join it rather than fade it unless you have
Order
a really good reason.
placed.
I
Order
throw a scratch in and
placed.
I lose the trade. The ask stuffs
Order
against me.
placed.
I flip short on a front side, going with momentum and the absorption of delta. I believe I lose that trade as
Order placed.
well. So it's kind of all over the place. Now I pull all my
Placed.
orders.
Order placed.
I get short front side again at 6, which is 5 is a Schelling point. 6 and 7s are HVNs. I'm front side short 6 on delta presumably, and the thickness of the Q probably.
Order
The ask
placed.
Q. Really, but what I'm looking for is subconsciously kind of that V-shaped reversal, even if it doesn't show up. I end up
Order
losing the trade, so I'm just giving
filled.
feedback here. 5 is the Schelling point.
Order placed.
Again,
9,
Order filled.
I get long. Looks like the ask Q
Filled.
183 has stacked aggressively to 180. The ask Q at 4 has stacked aggressively to 183,
20,
and then it pulls, which is good. I have a hypothesis that can be confirmed, I suppose, or it's a suspicion that the ask Q, that real order flow during the cash open, is low and moderate, maybe 100 lots, even down to 50 or 60 lots, but it keeps replenishing. But I would prefer it to remain at 100, meaning it's inconspicuous, and order flow or a side in the queue that has 180 on the ask and is untested is most likely spoofing in order to gauge information and market behavior, and it's most likely going to lift. So a real bid is probably moderate and consistent and replenishes, and the fake ask is probably really big size.
Order
I took a couple trades
placed.
based off of that information today, but here I don't know what's really running
Order
through my mind because tape is
Order
going so fast. But I'm sure
cancelled.
the Q positioning had something to do with it. I went through like stages in this session because I was harebrained coming into it.
Order filled.
I get long
Order
on the 4s.
placed.
Tape is quiet now, so I immediately
Order
look at my scratch because there's no. I acknowledge that momentum has changed or conditions have changed.
4, 7,
Now I'm just playing the Q.
10,
Let's go back for a
Order
second.
filled.
4, 5,
This is a front. This is a
Order
backside
filled.
long. I'm watching the
Order
watching the
placed.
initiative from the limit orders on quiet
Order
tape here.
cancelled.
I scratch it because there's initiative selling on the ask, not on the tape, just on the ask, meaning the bid is 5, the ask is 3, buyers hit into 4. Buyers lift 4 and they can't replenish the ask. It's a speed of tape indicator at the backdrop of an empty level, which lets me know how strong the bid or the ask is. But I pay attention to the empty one relative to the rest of the queue because it's hard to determine the size in an active queue, though I most likely should, and there might be some way around that. What I mean by that is if I can determine a way to see how fast the limit order book is stacking within ATIS, because I use ATAS, that will most likely give me an edge because I'm using it to read, because I'm already doing that, but I'm reading the naked prints of the bid and ask. I'm reading the naked levels on the DOM because like if they stack to 30 and go to 0, the print behind it becomes empty, which makes it visually drawing near and easy to understand. I can't watch. It's more difficult to watch how the rest of the queue behaves. Maybe there's like change the background colors or adjust the font, but ATIS is pretty strict, and you'd have to operate within ATIS.
Order
I get
filled.
long 3s.
10, 4, cell, 4, cell, 4, 4, cell,
Order filled.
Backside.
4, 5,
Now tape is quiet. There's bid delta in my ear when I got long 3s. That's most likely what I was going with. There's 182 at 4 on the bid, and the ask
Order filled.
looks pretty honest because it's lower. It's 130 on the ask, 197 on the bid.
Order placed.
I throw a scratch in when I see some initiative, get
13
behind, get in front of my order.
21 buy.
I'm just listening for tape now.
Sell.
Some little meta order tape selling. Also, I want to know how market makers, I want to know the relationship of this moderate flow. Like when you hear the 4 sell, 14 sell, if that shows up in the transcript during the cash open and during power hour, but mainly cash open and during power hour, how are they reacting to interpreting and making money off of these trades and interpreting the information, and how does it apply to me in my 36 tick aggregate DOM? You know, like there has to be information in the little small meta orders of 4 lots, 5 lots that slowly trickle in during what would be a quiet
Order
auction.
canceled.
Anyways, I scratch as they hit me out, which I'm perfectly happy to do because I needed some initiative queue on the bid. Profile, we're pretty much in no man's land, and I think I believed it from I kind of pulled the power hour rules into the cash open here. I think I believed in that bid at 196, that bid at 4 for 196 despite the 130 on the ask. But you know, like cash session, I would rather, if I had to choose for a market making trade and there's no tape at all, I would rather choose the 130 on the ask that was consistent rather than the 200 on the bid at 4. I just want to see, but I think I got in long because there was no initiative selling, and there has to be initiative to move the market. If there's an absence of one participant, eventually that can lead to capitulation, but eventually there's going to have to be initiative. So I'm almost sure I got long because of the initiative and not because of tape in front of the queue, and perhaps the 200 lot bid at 4. And when the initiative dissipated and the queue started to empty, I got out, which was a perfect scratch.
Order
I put the same
placed.
trade on here. Now there's less initiative from buyers, another perfect scratch. And like I said before, my suspicion was confirmed. The bid that was 200 begins to lift, and it's at 4. It's at 122 at 4 now, and sellers are hitting into it for moderate size so far. I'll be back. I have to go to the bathroom. I'm workshopping AIs here. Anything AI related you can ignore. I'm just transcribing things. Let's go back to, let's get out of this.
5.
This is a long, breakout long. Let's go back 5 seconds.
4.
It's at 3 LVN, no man's land. Ask delta being absorbed. Meta order tape is mixed. Actually, some sell absorption, pretty good sell absorption.
Order
I get
placed.
long 3s. Again, I'm most likely watching the initiative queue here. I scratch, which is the right
Place.
decision to make. I get short on market makers, the bids not being able to lift the offer.
Order
We see some
placed.
sell pressure now.
Order
Put a
filled.
short in at 3, I flip. I'm going with the delta now, so I'm using the same signal in the opposite direction, and I get caught offside. The ask delta gets absorbed,
Order
and I blow out. Let's go back 5 seconds, because that was important.
4. Sell. 5.
This is trading stuff we're talking about now. I mean, the AI stuff isn't. I'm about to go back to the AI stuff, actually. Make sure to exclude everything not trading related.
Order placed. Order filled.
Okay, I get this long here.
Order canceled.
The bid stacks. I win it. I'm not sure if we've gone over that one yet.
9. 4. 5. Sell. 5. Sell.
Where's meta
Order
order
cancelled.
selling?
4 sell. 4 sell.
Order placed.
8 sell. 5 buy. 9 buy. 4 sell. 4 sell.
Order placed. Order filled.
Short to his front side.
Order cancelled.
It's a long. The long at 2 is
Order
front
placed.
side. I throw my scratch
5
in
sell.
as
4
delta
sell.
begins to hit.
4 sell.
Order
Look out for a
filled.
scratch.
Sell. 4 buy. 9 buy. 4 sell.
Another long here.
Order cancelled.
Looks like the
22
same scratch.
sell.
Order placed.
26
I get long
Sell.
again in 2s, so I thought I was going short, but I get long. I'm trading this absorption here. It's a front side long on as
9
delta being absorbed.
sell.
Order
They
cancelled.
stopped me out there. I kind of deserve that, realistically.
Sell.
Let's go back here. Price is trading 2s.
22 sell.
Order
LVN.
placed.
No
26
initiative buying
sell.
there after they hit me in for 2s on front side. So I was a front side trade. I kind of hope for the Q to stack, and there was nothing there. So I should look to scratch now rather than holding the trade, especially because the bid is below
9
0. But they pull in rightfully, so I lose the trade.
Order
Next one is a
filled.
re-enter long at the same area. I forgot to mention this is between 2 and 3 is where these trades are taking place, and the ask is at 1. High of day is 0. So I think what's going on is I'm reading the contextual holding of value at high of day relative to the SPOOs, which is still at VPOC in its center range as accumulation for a breakout, sourcing from Grady's I believe it's some of my notes in his videos and the ebook that should be in your compact file I sent to you.
4
What does it say? Oh, that it's called the Smackdown. That if there was going to be a breakout, that volume and time should sustain at the end of the profile at least. And if price peaks up, if high of day is 0, if price peaks up to 9 or 8 and immediately smacks down,
5
that means they're rejecting
6
value. It's smackdown. It's
5
people getting stopped out.
5
So I keep hitting this long here at 2s, this obsession with 2s, because I'm trying to get lucky with this Q here, even though the tape isn't showing anything. The most rational solution for the future is to not try
Order
and get lucky,
placed.
but to trade the actual breakout when it occurs off the tape. And if I can also recognize the correct conditions before the breakout occurs on a more specific level, then we're going to be in business. There's meta order tape here. I'm long 2s. There's 70 on the bid. I throw a scratch in and I actually win the trade. I actually kind of agree. It's not a bad VPOC trade because of how small the distribution, how irrelevant it is. But meta order tape was real heavy. If I want this breakout trade, if there is going to be a breakout trade, I don't want to front run the move. I want to be in the move as it's going. I can remind me to backtest if you have the timestamps for my old sessions and when these big unidirectional moves occurred, if you can index my transcripts and see when I was talking about them. I think a lot of time before they occur, the delta gets real loud on either side before the meta order tape begins to hit. Okay, we're back.
4
Order
buy.
placed.
4 buy.
Recentered.
Buy. 22 sell.
Order placed.
26
I get
sell.
short 2. Market making trade. We're talking about trading now again.
9 sell.
Order cancelled.
Okay, the bid looks fake. There's ask delta hitting. It's stacked to
Order
150. I get short
placed.
twos on that. I'm looking for the Q to stick. If it doesn't, I'm out. There's ask delta to go with me, and the tape is mixed. So it just looks like an equal auction here.
9.
I
Sell.
was
Order
right on that trade. No, I was long. No
Filled.
way.
Order cancelled.
Yeah, and I pulled
Order
the
plate.
stack too.
22.
Order placed.
26. Sell. 5.
Order filled.
I was long on that, so I lost it. I liked that trade as a short. Simply because of the bid spoof. I wasn't really paying attention to that. That's not as important during power hour, and I've been trading power hour. Hello, do you know where your mother is? Ignore this. I'm talking to my mom and my sister. Can you tell her to answer her phone? I need the cloud login. Thank you. Okay, back to trading. Okay, I get long twos. I need a justification for this trade because
Order
it's a
filled.
value.
4. 5. 4. 5. 6.
Meta order tape, it looks like, and just an auction here. I'm probably
Order
trading the bid ask
placed.
like it was in a 3 to 4 power hour, but it's not the same anymore. So okay, this isn't trading related anymore. I have to sign up.
5. 4. 5. 6. 5. 4. 5. 5. 5.
Order placed.
I get long twos here, center of value. Let's go back.
4. 5.
Order placed.
Spoosit value, meta order tape piling in on bid side.
Order filled.
Long twos, HVN.
4.
Bids holding at threes. They can't hit initiative selling on the ask.
5. 5.
I give it some leg room. I immediately throw my
Order placed.
scratch in after the bid stacks in my favor. No tape. Shoot.
Order placed.
4. 5.
We're at the HV
Recentered.
now. I get short ones on absorption of actual orders, meta order buys. Short ones, HVN, high of
Order
day.
placed.
Kinda leave it
Order
on what looks like a
cancelled.
berg.
Order
I think I scratch there. Next trade.
Order placed.
I chase a breakout front side. Let's go back actually.
Order filled.
4. 22.
Let's
Order
start here.
placed.
This is a front side HVN break. This is a front side HVN trade that I got long at VPOC again. Shelling point is high of day at zeros. I just wanted to tell you it was front side, and I got long on absorption, moderate tape. You know, moderate is in mixed. There's no discernible. There are buyers and sellers on the tape. The ask delta is printing a little less louder than
9.
medium,
Sell.
and the queue actually
Order
empties, and I lose.
cancelled.
And I lose the trade, and it immediately replenishes. Let's go
Or-
to the next one. I get long again on
Order
the same trade, meta order
filled.
buying. That was a front side trade. Next
Order
trade again
placed.
is another front side. Well, it's more of a backside short against high of day,
Resent.
leaning on the 300 lot on the ask.
Enter.
There's, I would say it's a backside short
Third.
and a mean reversion. I'm playing that iceberg at 0. At least I think it's an iceberg. It's a sizable order
Order
there.
placed. Order cancelled. Order cancelled.
And I get out for a scratch. I believe there was meta order buying on the tape.
10,
Next trade is a breakout long at 0,
Yeah.
trading front
Order
sides. Ask delta is
placed.
hitting. Meta order tape is quieter, but there's still buyers there. Ask delta's medium now, and
Order
pitch is raising.
cancel.
They're producing results. I
Order-
scratch that
order
and re-enter for the next trade.
Fill.
Same trade here, but there's same trade here.
sell,
Order placed. Order cancelled. Order filled.
No, I got short. Okay. Yeah, I flipped and got short. We're not trading zeros anymore. We're trading ones, which is the value area high. I told you that I thought 0 high of day was a berg. It looks to be that it filled and we moved lower. That doesn't matter really. What does matter is we're back in this distribution. 0 is still high of day. I get short ones down into the distribution on meta order tape sellers and moderately sounding ask delta. The ask is 136 and the bid is 1 going against me.
Order
But the tape is pretty not
placed.
this partially looks like a momentum trade, but I can't confirm it. The tape is pretty non-confirming though. It's not mixed, but it is standing still. The smaller tape, ST, whatever you want to call it or file it, so the coding Claude at Obsidian can know what it's called, is it's being twopped in with what looks like, I'd say 15 separate 4 to 6 lot orders from the bid side. They were buyers. So I'm short
Order
ones
cancelled.
on a mean reversion and I get stopped out.
sell,
Now there's a tape bomb here on both sides, meta orders and ask delta slamming
Order
through the profile. I'm
placed.
taking backside trades because you told me to this morning. Based
Order
on the regime.
placed.
See, I kind of changed. You know what I mean? I kind of changed. I'm making
Order
progress, despite it might be painful. Now the
filled.
now the tape has slowed down. The meta order tape has slowed down. On the small size, there are buyers swapping in. There are about 8 separate little buy orders. Same thing. Twops, 4 5s, 8s, 5 5 7 4 twops. The big tape BT is still sellers there, but it's standing still. 3 is a shelling point. It's the value area low of this distribution. I'm not so convinced that we're going to have the unidirectional move people are looking for. And I remember from a recording that was corrupted yesterday, so I can't show you or post it, that a lot of my losing trades were breakout trades, and so I'm taking a return pullback here on the absorption of the delta. It's a good indicator. What the good indicator is that the 104 bid at 3 is holding firm, and that the ask tape, the big tape, the sellers on the ask, the askers on the big tape, the sellers on the big tape have stopped, yet sell delta is persisting, meaning the little orders are being dragged around, kind of. And they're also getting quieter, and the pitch is getting more duller. It's not lowering anymore. If it was lowering, you'd know that they were making progress.
Order cancelled. Order placed. Order cancelled. Order placed. Order filled.
Oh, I was actually short there. I thought I was long. Anyways, I scratched it. That's
Order
my
filled.
fault. I'm gonna have to change my order things so I know what I'm looking at. Now I'm long off of threes on the same thing, delta, and a stagnant tape, and a good area to
Recentered.
go long, though I lost it. So the other one I scratched, and that one I lost, and now the tape is slamming. So I'm going to try to catch short on backside here from threes, which is the value area low, down for
Order
double ticks at the start of the
placed.
move.
Order
Get short backside
filled.
threes.
12.
Tape quiets down. Not the tape. The ask quiets down and does nothing. The ask delta and meta orders stand still after a big plunge from sellers. So I try to put in a scratch here, I believe.
9. Sell.
Order placed. Order
I knew I wasn't going to win that trade. I lost that one too, but putting in the scratch is worth it. If what I mean by that is, yeah, putting in the scratch is
Cancelled.
worth it just for a habit, even though I knew I was going to lose the trade.
Order filled.
I'm trying another short here on the persistent momentum. You know, it's not the one big order that moves the market, but the persistent momentum you can hear and see. And this delta won't go away, and it looks like sellers hit meta order tape again. Yeah, they did. So
Order placed. Order filled. Recentered. Order filled. Order filled.
12.
this is short. I might be missing some trades here, but that's fine. I'm going back.
4. Sell. 9. Sell.
Okay, the ask is spoofing. I'm short threes. That's not good when the ask is spoofing, especially the shelling point. And they also absorbed the momentum I was looking for, meaning I've been caught offside here. That's fine. There's nothing you can do about it. I took a breakout trade and it failed. That was an all right idea. The persistent delta, even though it was moderate, combined with the intermittent blasting of large tape at a key area, and I could have done better, though. I know I could have. But this bid
Order
holds at 3
placed.
again, and
Order
I lose the trade.
cancelled.
I'm not sure. Was that a scratch? No, it was a full stop.
Order filled. Order filled.
12.
Order filled.
Okay, now I get long threes. Tape's quiet now. Everybody got absorbed. I assume we're going back to mean reversion mode, which is
Order cancelled.
the natural behavior of the auction. And I scratch.
Order filled. Order
Let's
filled.
see. I'm looking for initiative buying here to push in through the value area at this local VPOC, volume point of control. If you want to add a hashtag for VPOC or POC every time I mention it, even though the transcriber might butcher it and you might not know what I'm talking about, volume point of control or HVN, max volume node. I call it VPOC, VPOC. This is a market making trade from lows off threes, 177 bid at threes, quiet tape, standard mean reversion, leaning on this hefty bid at threes, looking for, because the tape is quiet, I'm looking for initiative from the bid queue here. And they hit up to 22 on the bid queue. Some little meta order selling comes in, but that's not very relevant.
Order
And
cancelled.
then the ask stacks up to 50 in my face, so I scratch out. Shortly after, it rallies, and they stack again, so my suspicion was at least partially correct, but then it hits again.
9. 5. 4.
Order filled.
9. 5.
I get short threes on a breakout as the ask pulls and meta order tape. Delta's quiet. Big buyers on meta order tape. They got absorbed. So this is a pure fade trade, I believe.
Order filled.
9. 5.
Unless I got long. No, I got long.
10.
I got long that and immediately lost it. I have to go back 5
12.
seconds.
5. 4. 5. 9. 5.
Okay, so I had a backside trade here at threes.
10.
and then I lost it immediately on a heavy tape. It's just heavy tape that was outweighing the Q. Now we're at 4s, which is below 3s. 4 is an LVN, 3 is the value area low, the val. I can hear ask delta being absorbed, moderate size here. I'm looking to catch long backside after some initiative push from the bid Q, assuming that 4 is the 123 holds. The ask Q looks relatively normal. It's got about 100 there. Tape is again quiet.
Order filled.
I get long 3s.
Order placed.
I throw my scratch, and when it hits 30,
Order
I win
cancelled.
that trade. It was a really good, great, or standard mean reversion trade because we were outside of the Schelling point, the log normal distribution, and we ran through the LVN, and there was a lot of delta being thrown everywhere, and large orders. And typically I would join them and go lower, but this time I waited to see what the market would do. And then when I noticed that what could have been a breakout wasn't a breakout, I faded them. So we're back.
Cancelled. Order placed. Order placed. Order. Order placed. Order placed.
Bid order.
Order cancelled.
Am I short?
Order filled.
Short backside on what looks like bid delta not being able to hit. So breakout trade on what I think is a spoof at 3 from the bid side. Not bid
Order
delta,
placed.
ask bid tape, heavy bid tape. BT, big tape. Buyers on BT, big tape. They didn't do anything. Delta's quiet. I'm playing Q games here. Again, half a market making trade. I take a
Order
loss. Just in hindsight, I'm not sure what I was doing there.
Order filled.
10.
Okay, now huge buyers. Now big buyers
Order filled.
on a big tape and small tape. Bid
Filled.
delta is blowing up in my ear. Pitch is raising. We're at high of day and Schelling point. There's what looks like a berg at 8. I'm long 9s front side on momentum. This is a standard
Order
momentum trade. I
placed.
throw my scratch in at 9s. I throw my scratch in at 9s. And the bid is stacked 60 in my favor. The
Order
offer kind of
cancelled.
moves, and then I scratch out.
Order placed. Order filled.
I place a reverse market. I place a reverse. I place a kind of a breakout trade here. I put in a short order 2 ticks away from where they are selling, and I think I put in a long order right at price. So if all these people get absorbed and there is a breakout, I want to be short.
Order filled.
I get short front side here on first of all the big tape blowing out, us being at high of day and there being what looks like a berg at 8. There were buyers on the big tape, and the buy delta being absorbed. Still very loud. Pitch changes. I'm looking for ask initiative most likely at 9s. I don't get that at all. They stuff aggressively. The bid does. So I should look for a scratch
Order
now.
placed.
Timestamp 1334, and I throw my scratch in there because there's no initiative selling.
Order
following
filled.
the berg. I get out. Now ask delta is hitting the tape.
Order placed. Order filled.
I get short again, leading on that berg at 8. You know, the memory of the price action that I've recorded for the past couple days is resting in my head that we're at high of day. They slammed tape. Buyers did. Nothing happened, and now order flow is normalized, and there's ask delta pouring in mildly. The bid spoofs to 100 and then back down to 50. The ask stacks. It might be a spoof. It looks like a spoof, but that order that I was leaning on at 8, had been there. It's been there the entire rally, I believe. And it was an aggressive and significant rally.
Order filled. Order
I get
placed.
up for a scratch. And oh, no. I add. So I think I have it here. We're at high of day. Berg at 8. Huge buying. I mean, it would be difficult for there to be more buying on the tape and the delta than there was just now. And somebody absorbed, all of it at high of day for whatever reason.
Order filled. Order placed.
I get short 2 here. The timestamp is 1407, and the trade number, where are we? It's trade, it doesn't tell me. On the other one there was a number, don't bother. 9:43:16 is the time, and the video timestamp is 1407, if that helps at all. Now this Askberg is holding, but it goes to 100 and then stacks to 170. And then finally we see initiative selling kick in.
9 sell.
And then meta order tape also blows up. BT, huge sellers on BT.
Order
there.
placed.
I'm chasing momentum. I try to trade front side. So it was 2 front side entries in a stack at high of day off a Berg and huge absorption. And I think to myself, there's most likely enough order flow faded offside to cause a momentum breakout to the downside, at least for another tick. We'll see what they do with the Q. So we'll take a front side short order here. We'll see if we get
Fill. Order placed. Order filled.
4 5 7
They fill
5.
me at 9s. Wait.
Order filled. Order placed. Order filled.
Okay, now I'm short 9s again.
Order
Leaning on
cancelled.
Berg again, I think. Let's see. I'm not gonna say I'm 100% short. Which trade is this? It's a scratch loss for I'm not sure how much.
Order filled.
Okay, I'm short
Order
front side
cancelled.
at 9. Leaning
Order
on Berg
placed.
again.
Order placed.
Though the opportunity is down here because there's less immediate big tape and delta to fade, so it's more so just a Q-driven trade here. I want to see if the buyers begin to pull their orders, or the ask begins to pull its
Order
the
placed.
big
Order
high of day, and also the odds that we hit this order on normal in the next couple minutes or in the next couple seconds, like like a normal auction is going to push away this iceberg. Most likely not. He's either going to
cancelled.
pull or they're going to hit tape again. So I'm long conditions as well as direction, as long as the context or the conditions remain the same, order flow is normal and the Berg hits there's a good chance that we're going to hit lower down into
4
zeros.
5.
Order placed. Order cancelled.
But if the bid doesn't move at zeros, which it's not spoofing so far, then trouble. So I scratched that one. This is a standard momentum breakout here at high of day. Huge buyers on BT big tape.
5
I get long 8s. Was it front side?
4
There's
5.
also, for previous context relating to the trade I just scratched, there's a bunch of sell meta orders on big tape. There's a bunch of meta order selling on big tape, or just on tape in general, and it didn't do much of anything. Okay, I front side long 8s after seeing the tape explode and the bid delta go nuts.
Reset.
I get
Enter.
long another, it's 7s, as we break out, or at least I tried to. I don't think they fill me. I try to get
Order
long
placed.
another here. Actually, I take my chances. I'm not sure if I won those because my fills are so strange. I hit the flat key here, 1539. So when I hit the flat key, I'm not sure. 945.08, 945.04, 945.09. So that's the entire sequence there. Line 45.09 full stop. Let's go back 5 seconds.
Order.
So that's why there's a huge cluster. If you're going to label anything an event, it would be this. Timestamp in the video is 1537. Timestamp regarding the trade is 9:45:09. Now, so we just first of all, I was talking about this earlier. Value is building at the high of day. Smackdown, John Grady. Right? Why would price gravitate to the high of day and then not move lower when it should be? It's the edge of the distribution. Instead, we form an auction. Buyers really hit the tape here, and we rally aggressively. The Berg that was originally at 8, I believe. Price is trading at 5. Ticks away now.
Placed.
I think I'd get long late into the breakout. I'm taking my sweet time here.
Centered.
What was it? It was a short. This might be a process error here, actually. No, it was a short.
Order.
It was kind of a cynical short from watching Power Hour and how the order flow behaved. I can't predict somebody getting into the market, but I can react to somebody else getting in the market and trade against them, which I slowly learned that throughout this session.
Placed.
You know, wait.
Order placed.
45.
Order placed. Order cancelled. Order placed. Order filled. Recentered.
10.
Order placed. Center.
Let me see. Tape blows up here. Is this the one where I take a full stop? 9:45. Yeah. Let's go to this loss here. 29 ticks.
Order
Looks
filled.
like it's a long on buy delta hitting at high of day. Continuation of trade. The momentum is tired here. No. It was a short. It was a short. I was going absorption against this buy delta here, most likely. Yeah. And then there's big buyers on B, and then there are buyers on BT. So it's just a unidirectional move it's not unidirectional, but it's consistent buy pressure into no man's land. We're above high of day now. I fade it because of absorption partially.
Order placed. Order cancelled. Order
Go
placed.
back and see why I got short, to be honest.
Order placed.
First is a full loss.
45.
Order placed.
This looks like it might have been the tail end of the move. This is a big tape event. If you want to mark it under events, you can. 9:45:27 is when it took place.
Order cancelled.
So I'm leaning on this Q at 4 on the ask. I go short. Looks like I pull my scratch. I do.
Order placed.
So I'm fading a breakout here, mainly off of absorption.
Order.
Off of absorption of delta and the absence of tape. Tape slowed down. Big tape. There were buyers. There's not any buyers anymore yet, or right now. But I need a turn in my favor, or the ask to stick. It doesn't stick.
Enter.
It begins to lift, and I take a loss here.
Order.
I would just lean into the relentless bid next time, or wait some more for some sort of initiative.
Cancelled. Order placed. Order placed. Placed.
This is another scratch short, playing the absence of momentum. The move is ended now. Big tape is muddy now. Muddy meaning it's both sides, buyers and sellers. It's not. There's not a clear imbalance. Bid delta is still there, but it's moderate. It looks like it's a front
Order
side.
placed.
No, it's a backside short. Okay. And relative to the profile, we're in no man's land. I told you we ran high of day. Spruce is still at value.
Order placed. Order cancelled.
I
Order
scratch
placed.
on not even initiative selling, just buyers.
Order
hit my
placed.
tape.
Order
I don't know if I was
filled.
lazy or what. I definitely had a reason for it, but
Order filled.
I get short again here, trying to play the Q. I'm looking for the ask to stack. The Q deteriorates again on the ask side. Tape is quiet. Again,
Order cancelled.
I get out. Next one.
Placed. Order placed.
I get short
Order
again,
placed.
threes. I'm giving some leg room to 2, which I believe
Order
is a
cancelled.
larger refreshing order on quiet tape. This is again just a market making trade after a big strong move up.
Order filled.
I get short again on initiative selling. They stack to 40 and then leave, so I throw my scratch in. It looks like I get out by the skin of my teeth here.
Order cancelled.
Something to make note of is the bid stack to about 100 at 2, where my entry was. I was short. All those trades were at 2, but you have the prices for them. And then it went back down.
10.
And the bid got to, and the ask got that I was leaning on got to
Order
literally 9.
cancelled.
So I was going to say it was a berg and that we
Order
hit the floor of the
Order
berg. Sometimes if there's a large
placed.
resting order, it'll drift down to 40 or 60 and then sit there. But it went to like 0 and then hit it again. And then there's a little bit of moderate ask. There's a little bit of moderate buy delta to BD maybe, whatever you want to call it. Buy delta. By delta, I'm referencing the audible version of cumulative volume delta, the order flow imbalance, which I don't think is small orders. I think it's just cumulative volume imbalance.
Order filled.
I flip long here because the ask can't hit lower at 2s. Still ask
Order
delta here.
cancelled.
I'm throwing 1,000 scratches in because the auction is only a tick wide, which
Order
is fine.
placed. Order cancelled.
12.
You know, if you can give me 1,000 scratches, I'll
Order
take it.
filled. Order placed. Order filled. Order placed. Order filled.
Along here on
Order
the
placed.
backside. Watching the bid queue, it's at 130 right now. It stacks to
10.
160.
Sell.
I get out, I threw my scratch in.
Order placed. Order filled.
Short backside. Looking for
Filled.
initiative sellers. The bid sort of tickles the empty prints here at 1. Then begins to stack up to 40. It
9.
empties. There's some very, very small ask delta showing up. Tape is printing, but it's still mixed. It's two-way flow. So this looks like an honest auction here. And then I throw my scratch in when the ask stacks to when the bid stacks to 100 against me, but 0 is still holding firm. The
Order
152 at 0
cancelled.
is still there, and it's just hanging out, which is insane to think about.
Order
But there's our two-tick range.
placed.
This is a 44 tick loss. Yuck.
Order filled.
Okay, now tape is stopped. Looks like we've broken out. Nope. No, we haven't broken out yet. So it's still this
Order
market
placed.
making
Order filled.
range in no man's land. And I'm just doing 1,000 scratches. Realistically, I could have avoided paying fees here if I just waited for order flow to show up. I'm sure there might be an edge to these market making trades, assuming there's directional volatility if you can read the queue and how they're playing in the queue, but nobody says they have to turn 2 ticks to the upside based on a 36 tick aggregate. It's just the shifting of volume and momentum. So that kind of, never mind. I'm long ones here, same
Order
trade.
placed.
I throw my scratch in as the ask hits 50. I don't know if I was trying to get lucky or what. But then
Order
Boom, we shoot down to
canceled.
2, just for a split second though. So conditions don't actually change, but because it's a stop market, they slipped me for 44 ticks instead of 36. You know, there wasn't a breakout and I got caught offside on a breakout and paid in slippage. It was just ATAS, poor limit order execution. I might have to find, if I can code a way, you can answer me, if I can code a way to manually put in like limit order OCO brackets on ATAS, that might be the solution, because you know what, a stop market for what? A 44 tick loss for no condition change?
Order canceled.
Okay, there's asks on BT now. There's asks on big tape now, and
Order filled.
very small ask delta. I hit ones, I'm long ones, because the Q, it's 0, the one that I was leaning on when I was making
Order filled.
those little scratches. It stacked up to 170. I just don't think it's real because of how big the size is. I'm looking for them to get hit and lift, and they do. They go from 170 to 150, then down to 124. I'm waiting for the big Q to stack before I throw a scratch in. I throw my scratch in at 155 and it fills me immediately.
Order placed. Order
Now I get long
Place.
here right into accidental momentum. What time is it? 9:49. So a minute before 9:50. There wasn't really any
Order
news yet.
place.
The news is at 10. Oh, I get short.
Order placed.
I changed
Order
my ATAS
place.
color settings for my orders so that mistake doesn't happen again.
Order
Today, I
placed.
changed it today. I get short ones. They immediately stack against
Order
one
canceled.
delta.
Placed.
I'm not sure why I
Order
got short
placed.
there.
Order
It
placed.
was a backside short.
Order placed.
The Q pulled against
Order
me
canceled.
immediately. Lost it.
Order filled.
I got short again.
Recentered.
Ask delta. Now small ask delta and big sellers on big tape and sellers on BT. If the transcript lets me say BT.
Order
So this is
canceled.
a momentum breakout to the downside.
Order placed.
I'm chasing short orders. They won't fill me on them. They're backside orders, not front side orders though. I'm contemplating front sides, but
Order filled.
then I flip long as momentum dies off.
Order
The ask
placed.
stacks with real size again. It jumps from 80 to 100, then 80 to 100 again. If it jumped from 80 to 130, 150, I would think it's fake, but that just means it was most likely a real ask. And then a 109 lot trades on big trades. On a 109 lot trades on BT, and so I'm out of there. I lost the trade.
Order
Took another full stop back. We're forming out a distribution now, 2 and 0. VPOC is 1.
Order
Big
placed.
spread. I get long here in a market,
Order
making trade effectively.
Order placed.
And then I long front side. I'm not sure if I did that on purpose or what, but the Q stacks from 100 to 160 on the bid side at 2. I get long at ones, and then asks hit into it, and it lifts. It pulls from 160 to 100, then 160 to 73. So the size they put on was completely fake, and they were bluffing. I lose this trade.
Stop fill. Stop filled. Order canceled.
I almost market Gale long. There's a 200 lot on the bid at 3. I'm long 2s. Tape is silent again. I can hear the little ask delta getting absorbed here, and I know that we're in a mean reverting environment for the time being at least, and tape is still mixed and 2 directional. So us being pulled away from the local auction between 2 and 0,
Stop.
price being pulled away from the local auction between 2 and 0 down to 2, and what looks like a
Filled.
strong bid that
Order
won't
canceled.
lift, and the very quiet
Sold.
sell delta was the reason for the long here.
10, sell. 8, 8, 5,
It holds. I throw my scratch in. Looks like I got
10,
in.
sell. 8, 5,
Order canceled. Stop filled. Order canceled.
That was a front side long
10, sell.
against a trend.
Order placed.
Mean reversion.
5 sell.
Same thing, I'm
Order
playing that
placed.
level, 200. Now it lifts from 190 to about 150 for a split second. That's weakness for me. I want to get out. I tried to give it
7 sell.
some time by letting them launch an initiative attack in the queue here. I've illustrated before what initiative is the two prints that are empty when the market is shifting, the buy print and the sell print. You'll see the queue stack up as limit orders rush to provide liquidity, and they can stack to like 30 or 40 before pulling, or if they stack slowly, that tells me that market makers, they're not interested in lower or higher prices, but that's contingent on the market environment, and so that's why I say, I'm giving it some leg room, I'm letting it
Order
breathe before I put my scratch in. That's what I mean. But anyways,
placed.
I scratched here because the buyers didn't want to hit upwards yet. They didn't, and I'd rather, if I'm taking this trade in some area, I'd rather not hold it on, and then I'd rather not hold it on and just pay fees and scratch over and over again until maybe I catch it, because that cuts my risk down, because I have less time-based market exposure.
Order
Now,
filled.
this is the third time, no, this is a short on meta order
Order
selling on
placed.
BT, big selling.
Order filled.
Short front side. I can already tell the momentum doesn't not negate. The momentum of the tape does not warrant this breakout trade. It's
Order
a very
placed.
poor trade.
Order placed.
Whether I win
Order
it or not,
placed.
I need to see something else to confirm. Besides very
Order
small ask delta.
canceled.
If like on a scale of 1 to 10 on how loud or violent the ask delta is, it would be a 2 out of 10. But then the order flow equalizes. The ask spoofs from 150 to 80 at 2. I was short 3s on front side. I'm really just trying to get out here. I have my scratch in. And then the bid
Order
stacks,
canceled.
and they scare them off.
6
Order placed.
Now, okay, we have bid delta ramping up now.
Order placed.
Delta's
Order
changed.
placed. Order placed.
Meta
Order
tape is
placed.
hitting into the offer. There are buyers. I can hear like kind of the drums of war is bid delta getting louder and raising their pitch, meaning they're hitting in. I get long
Order placed.
front side.
Order placed. Order placed. Order placed.
I get long, yeah. I get long front side at once, which is a breakout. 0 is high
Order
of day,
placed.
so it's an early breakout. It mainly looked to me like a market making trade. I think we swept the excess at the lows. So if there was pending liquidity that was waiting for a breakout higher, this is just game theory or knowing my enemy. If there was pending liquidity that was positioned for a breakout higher, they most likely would have gotten stopped out where I got stopped out, and maybe they fell for the absorption of the breakout bait, not thinking about the overall context, which is that SPOOS is kind of around its value area, but the Nasdaq is at its high of day and it's building value up there, so that's obviously bullish.
Order placed. Order placed. Order
It looks like
placed.
this bid
Order
queue is just
placed.
heavy, and that's partially why I got in.
Placed.
And then
Order
meta
placed.
tape hits on bids, bid delta as well. So there's the start of a momentum. There's the start
Order
of
placed.
momentum here on this move. I throw my scratch in at ones and long ones. The bid queue is 60 right now. I win that trade, but I'm still waiting for momentum.
Order placed. Order placed.
Now we're at
Order
high of day
placed.
and I throw a trade in. Bid delta really hits the tape, but meta order tape isn't. Bid delta really hits, but meta order tape isn't following. So I throw my scratch in almost
Order
immediately when I see that, because it's a large tape. Delta divergence. Meta orders aren't follow. Meta order buyers are not
canceled.
following, and tape is kind of on its own for now until
Order
I step in.
placed.
So I throw a scratch in.
Order canceled.
And I hit scratch.
Order filled.
I think it fills me immediately because I had a process error. Either I'm chaining my orders into each other, or I'm messing up and stacking orders on accident, which is why I changed the colors to make the orders more visible today.
Order placed.
But so here's
Order
the
filled.
context. We're back at 8s, which is now high of day. A bunch of bid delta hit the tape. Bunch of bid delta hit the tape. Meta order tape buyers didn't follow. The meta order tape is still muddy. It's equal auction flow between price insensitive buyers and sellers. And I get long 9s. I'm not sure
Order
why.
filled.
Maybe it was a leftover.
Order placed. Order filled.
The moment I get long, the bid below me goes from 190 to 143. Doesn't even look like I had the opportunity to scratch.
Order placed.
I threw my scratch in as a habit of good manners, but ended up losing the trade. There's a little less than moderate, I'd say 3 out of 10 ask delta in my left ear right now, and a slew, 5 individual sell orders on a big tape, and the big tape filter is greater than 9, so it's like 11, 10, 30, 23, 13. And
Order
back in the value
placed.
area, sell delta is still hitting.
Order
This is a
placed.
preemptive return pullback long here. I get long backside.
Order placed. Order placed.
The ask begins to pull. Also,
Order
the bid
placed.
stacks the moment I get in. So there's passive order flow momentum absorbing the ask delta in my left ear. And meta order tape isn't muddy. It's fragmented. There's a spurt of sellers, a little spurt of buyers, little spurt of sellers, and then a little spurt of buyers
Or-
again. So that looks like, I suppose you can correlate that to trend-like behavior. Like here's a miscellaneous event note, or whichever place you want to categorize it, that I have to go back actually and watch that.
Order placed. Order
I'm
placed.
watching meta order tape because we came off of high of day back into the value area. I'm pretty disappointed. This was a pretty obvious short, and I really should have caught it, but instead I took 4 separate longs there, and that's really disappointing.
Order
There just wasn't
Cancelled.
any tape there.
Sell. 13 sell. 4 buy. 4 sell. 4 sell. 9 sell. 5 sell.
Recentered.
5 sell.
Yeah, so the composition of the move is overwhelmingly sellers, and then delta appears to reach a crescendo at 2s, and then buyers begin to step in after these meta order sellers push it across the entire value area. That should be noted that we came off of high of day. It's rare that we cross the entire value area in one fell swoop. I think we did because of the absence of inventory and all the people who were positioned for a breakout. It's very possible we could sweep down to 4 again, kill all those people, for lack of a better word, and rally back up to high of day. I'm long 2s because of the buy orders on big tape and the
Order
delta being absorbed, and the knowledge that trees don't grow to the sky, and a lot of times, because of how the NASDAQ works, the moment the tape slows down, the moment the tape slows down after a unidirectional move, that's rarely an opportunity or an invitation to join the trend, but it's more so an indication of the trend ending, and forming an auction right there, or a short-term reversal, not necessarily through the stop out of the people who push the move, but the stop out of probably a handful of late short entries, and the absence of short-term inventory through the order flow imbalance. You can comment on that if you want, because I don't really understand, like how a market maker could run out of short-term inventory and have an absence of it, and it seems kind of like a fake concept, but I think it's true nonetheless. And so, there's probably because of the one-sided flow that pushed price down, there's probably an imbalance in their book, and
Order
they're either rebalancing or pulling their orders and creating a short-term vacuum in price, combined with people getting short at the end of the move. They're going to mark the bottom at least for like a tick or two. At least that's my rationale.
Order placed.
The bid for this trade stacks, which is good. I throw my scratch in,
Order cancelled.
and they hit me out. That's fine. It looks like the ask looks pretty consistent, actually. I was going to say it looks like it's spoofed.
Order
Yeah, now it's
placed.
spoofed. It went from 150 down to 120.
Order filled.
I hit it again for that same reason.
Order
The
placed.
reasons previously stated on long backside at 2s, and the ask was spoofing. I'm playing David and Goliath
Order.
here. I think all these market makers jumping into the queue, you can elaborate as to why they do this again. All these market makers jumping into the ask queue, it's 12 on the bid. It's 12 bid, 179 offer. Tape is quiet.
Filled.
Delta is also quiet. I think what's going to happen here is they're stacking at VPOC, they're temporarily pushing price down so they can get out of their positions. Well, if I was providing liquidity to one-sided sellers, one-sided flow being sellers, they would have to buy off me, so they would buy, right? And then I have an absence of buy orders, I believe. Then I have an absence of a buy order inventory, right? After the move. So I have to either sell some of it or buy it back or hedge out. Hmm. You have to explain this to me. What does the imbalance look like after this unidirectional move for a market maker? If it's driven by short sellers, then surely they have to take the other side on the bids. And if they're on the bids, they have to hedge out by going short and buying more sell orders. I don't understand. But anyways, the ask spoofs.
Order
It spoofs to
placed.
100, then down to 170. I throw my scratch in. This is also another mean reversion trade. I forgot to mention. Also backside long. You already knew that though. Opposed to a breakout trade. The ask spoofs aggressively there. I end up winning the trade.
Order placed. Cancelled.
Now we have a momentum breakout on big tape and
Order
delta.
placed.
We're at zeros, high of days at 8s. This is the end of the profile. VPOC is
Order
up.
placed.
My stop is at 1 as well. Oh, it's a short. Like I said, momentum breakout on buy tape and delta here at zeros, which is the edge of
Order
the profile.
placed.
I get short 7s. I get short 7s
Order.
backside by the
Order
looks.
placed.
I get short backsides. I get short 7s front side actually.
Order placed.
The Q stacks aggressively on the ask. The ask stacks aggressively at 9. It might be a spoof. I have to go back and watch tape to see what's going on here. Okay. Price effectively stopped at 9 in iceberg fashion after rallying to the upside, and the Q dwindled down to 40 and 50 on the ask, and the ask dwindled down to 40 and 50, and they kept reloading for moderate size. That tells me it's not fake because it's not a huge amount of size pulling immediately, but it was a consistent flow of 40 on the ask before it stacked up higher, with buy delta hitting into it pretty aggressively after meta order tape hit with big buyers for like 20 separate prints. This is also the place to find an iceberg, I believe, because it's a tick away.
Order.
It is because it's a tick away
Placed.
from high of day.
Order
I'm not so sure this is
cancelled.
an iceberg. I try to catch the backside and realize it's most likely a fat chance, so I catch the front side here as the ask.
Order
stacks.
placed.
I'm short zeros on mean reversion and that large
Order
order,
placed.
a lot of absorbing at the high of day. I win that one too.
Order filled. Order
I
placed.
get long again for another mean reversion trade at 2s again.
Order placed.
And I throw my
Order
scratch
cancelled.
immediately.
Order.
I'll give it 10 seconds to see what happens.
Order placed.
5 seconds.
Order cancelled.
Now we have a buy plunge again. And we have a big plunge again. I'd say it's a 7 out of 10 on bid delta hitting the tape, and meta order tape is full of big buyers, institutional buyers as well. I'm chasing a breakout.
Order placed.
Long front sides at 9s, high of days at 8.
Order
So they fill me. This is after. This is
placed.
right in front of news.
32.
Negative tape is
Sell.
picking up artificially. I noticed that there's no. So they hit lower back into 9s. There's no initiative buying from the
Order
keys
placed.
I scratch in.
Order cancelled.
I'm not gonna say I got lucky there, but the bid queue was down to 30 before it stacked to 100, and they let me out. And the
Placed.
battle goes on. Now we have a breakout. We're above 5 day. 453. I have to watch that trade because of how big it is. Okay, we have a machine gun order first of all on the small tape of 4 and 5 lots. It's not 1 lots, meaning it's an institution machine gunning into the high of day. There's a real ask in NASDAQ. I thought it was a spoof. I didn't even notice this. It's 6, which is high of day of 538 lots. 453 market order lots trade. It's 6. And that causes a breakout. It's 9:59 a.m., so it was either an insider trader or somebody that just did it on the number to reprice. They knew what they were doing. Now I mistook that explosion in tape for a breakout, and I thought we were going places. We kind of do.
Entered.
And I'm chasing
Order
this long breakout here on the
placed.
backside the best
Order
I can.
placed.
So I'm long 1 contract. I try to catch backside, and I don't.
27.
I try to scratch out here. I lose the trade. They're pushing price lower now. Delta's being absorbed. Big tape is quiet now. Huge, huge loss here. Well, I got filled at
27.
5.
Resend.
I chained these orders into each other, and I only. Yeah, that's 67 and 30 ticks. I got sent to hell. But it's also very thin.
Order placed.
36. So I took effectively what on 1 is a 2-tick loss because it moved against me so fast, and because I was using this phantom order thing, which happens when I front run queues because Mattis
Order
isn't very
placed.
good. I ended up taking a 2-tick loss.
Entered.
Realistically,
Order placed.
is there something I could have done? Yeah, I could have. I went long. I could have thrown my stop in at 70 easily.
Order placed.
But it's also difficult. It's not as easy to pay attention with the tape exploding and the bid delta in your ear, and right after news, you're not sure what to do. But effectively, what happened was the John Grady smackdown here as we rallied 3-4
Order.
ticks and then came back down after filling a real order. I also have an edge from my days in the spoos. After we fill a real order, we move in the opposite direction because of absence of inventory. And if there's a fake order and it's really big and it's at a key area in the chart and it pulls, we move toward that direction. So the spoof in the ES and I guess here as well, when it pulls, it'll move price in that direction through a vacuum. When a real order gets hit, it will move in the opposite direction. We're gonna go back
Order.
to. We're actually I'm gonna mark that as an event.
8.
We'll break it down.
4.
So I'm at high of day here. Machine gun order hits on delta. Machine gun order hits on small tape. Bid delta's going crazy. There's a 570 lot at 6, which is above high of day, which is 1 tick. It's 36 tick above high of day. I mean, the tape is going feral on the bid side. I mean, just buy. And then, boom, it trades. Somebody hits it for 453 in the high of day. Rate hits at 9:59.
306.
This is news now. Liquidity brokers pull their order.
Centered. Order placed.
I mean, it's just ripping
Placed.
here. But the queue's empty. Then meta order tape stops, and the first pocket of sell orders come in.
27.
Delta begins to get absorbed on a small queue, despite there being large orders. So I took 2 full stops for tremendous loss there. I can mark the large order as an
Filled.
event, but I just keep going here.
Filled. Order filled. Order cancelled.
Longs and scratches here in the pandemonium. The as the tape becomes more muddied, but it's more so sellers stepping in and buyers leaving the marketplace.
Order filled. Order filled.
Recentered.
Order placed. Order filled. Order placed. Order placed. Filled.
Recentered.
Order filled. Order filled.
Recentered.
Order placed. Order filled. Filled. Order filled. Order cancelled.
I get long, scratch immediately. Ask delta's piling in on the tape, but more so. Oh no, it's bid delta, and then the tape is muddied, so it's conflicting. It's a bid delta divergence. We were talking about this. So there are buyers in the delta, and the big tape is muddy. There are buyers and sellers there, so it's too
Filled.
low.
Order placed.
I get long
Order
breakout.
filled.
Gun delta here, kind of muddy tape. I scratch for break even.
Filled. Order filled. Order cancelled.
Break even again, and then I flatten everything.
Filled.
Recentered.
It's 10:33 now. Buy delta persisting.
Order
Bid tape. Buy delta persisting. It's loud. Probably 7 out of 10. We're still in no man's land at 6's BT. What's it called? Yeah. Sellers on BT now. I catch a strange fill because of the slippage. I try to catch market, and they fill me at 8s. Price is trading 6 and 5s, so I don't know what's going on here.
Order
I
filled.
scratch for a tick profit.
Order placed.
I try to get long again.
Order filled.
And scratch for another tick profit.
Order placed.
Recentered. Recentered.
So I don't know if these orders are going to be honored. If you can explain what's going on here, why it does that. For example, price is trading. I'm on an aggregated Nasdaq DOM. Price is trading 5 bid, 4 offer, and I try to get in, and it lets me long at 8, 4, 5 ticks away from the market. So it's got to be a platform error, maybe platform lag. I'm not sure, but that's not good, right? I don't want that to happen at all.
Order filled.
But I got long on this. I got long effectively on a liquidity event. What was going on here? 10:03. So FOMC just hit, or whatever it was called. News today. There's
Order
us on BD.
placed.
On BT big tape. Sellers on big tape. And then there's a delta imbalance. I told you already. Buyers and prices moving up from the Q side pretty strong. And I'm just trying to play unidirectional momentum here, even though tape is being aggressively
Order
traded.
filled.
I can't even categorize those as front side, back side. It might be wise to call them platform.
Order placed. Order filled.
Backside at 6.
Order placed.
I flip and scratch almost
Filled.
immediately. I'm trying to catch another short fill in no man's land, back down towards the distribution after the movement up in price. Just fading the one directional move here, the news event. Tape has gone completely quiet, I believe now.
Order cancelled.
Then I scratch
Order
the order.
filled.
I flip long on backside here at 6, most likely because of the ask.
Order filled.
The ask
Order placed.
5 to 180, and I scratch
Order cancelled.
on a little bit of initiative.
Order placed.
Sell.
Order filled.
Next trade is the same area there. Backside. Tape is muddy again.
Order placed.
Buyers and sellers. No discernible imbalance between the two.
Order cancelled.
Delta is equal, and we're back to making markets here. So I'm just taking scratches, flipping short, and
Order placed.
short on initiative selling. What was interpreted as an aggressive Q.
Order placed.
And I throw my scratch as the bid stacks to 60, and the offer begins to lift from 180 to 120. I kind of got out by the skin of my teeth on that one.
Order placed. Order.
And then they finally sort of pwn me.
Order
here.
placed. Order filled.
I get long 5. There's some initiative buying.
Order
I was short 5. I
Placed.
apologize. There's some initiative buying on that, and the queue finally pulls. I want to see. This looked like a fairly obvious. Okay.
Order placed.
So
Order
again, on
filled.
initiative selling there, they pull the queue, which is fine, and then the bid stacks aggressively, and the ask responsively pulls from 82 to 121, 182 to 121. So it pulled 60 contracts in 5 seconds or 2 seconds, and the bid only stacked up to 40. So that tells me I'm on the wrong side of the trade. I'm sure I
Order
could have
placed.
scratched in there, but they weren't going to let me out.
5,
And there's a little bit of um, buyers on BT now. It's outpacing. They're outpacing them. It's not muddy anymore.
Order filled.
We have maybe a 4 out of 10 on volume. Ask Delta in my left ear here. Tape is muddy, but there's some sellers on big tape. We're
Order
at
filled.
the value area and back at high of day. Spoos is also at high of day today. Probably off of the news. I get short. It's a breakout short. It looks like it's front side.
Order filled.
Yeah, it's front side on kind of a
Order
low
cancelled.
speed queue on the ask. It was a good scratch
Filled.
for entry. I flipped long here. Oh, that was a long.
Order filled.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. So it was a return pullback. It wasn't a breakout pullback.
Order
So it wasn't a
cancelled.
breakout. That was a solid long.
Or-
There's 215 on the bid at 7,
Order
and I got long
placed.
6s. Tape is still muddy, and it looks more like seller absorption here now. And the ask queue at 5 also looks shaky.
Filled.
I chased
Order
long
cancelled.
again at 5s on ask
Order
delta
filled.
being aggressively
Order
absorbed.
cancelled.
Maybe
Order
3 out of
placed.
10 on
Order
volume on
cancelled.
ask delta, and I scratch immediately because I'm asking myself, what are you doing? You're going for another breakout move, and there's no
Order
momentum for it. So I'm just gonna make markets here. Now the bid delta and big tape tries to lift from 5s into 4s, which is the HVN, it's value area high, and 3 is the high of day, a tick behind, and the ask is standing firm at 4s. So bid delta shows up, maybe 2 out of 10, and then big tape, and then BT, and then buyers on BT show up as well in a small amount, and they get absorbed. I flip short at 5s, looking for 6s, and I'm
Order
watching the
placed.
queue here. I throw my scratch in out of 5s on the ask when the queue's at around 70, and there's 100 on the bid. So I'm short. Was it? It was a backside trade. Yeah, I win that one. And then we see aggressive momentum on the sell side, pushing away from value. So there's breakout volume here on the ask. Price is trading 6. The queue on the bid side looks actually moderate and honest. It's not spoofing to 120 or what have you.
Cancelled.
6, 5,
Oh, you know what? There was a 200 lot at 7 on the bid before they hit into it. I'm watching seller initiative, which really kicks up aggressively. Tape starts to slam. It's still muddy though. I can hear the ask delta hitting. I'd call it a 4 out of 5. I'd call it a 4 out of 10 here in terms of volume and momentum and pitch hitting. But what's really interesting is the ask is lifting. Not the ask, is the bid is pulling their orders from 200 to 120 now, and they completely pull here before tape even explodes. There's a moderate amount of sellers on BT, but they collapse, and then delta accelerates here tremendously. I get short on momentum. It's a breakout 7s on what looks like the
47.
upside, actually. So this is a momentum breakout away from the value area.
Order placed. Center.
And then tape just collapses. You can kind of hear it explode in the background on both sides, delta and BT. A ton of sellers there. Now they start to get
Order
absorbed.
cancelled. Order placed. Entered.
Now they start to get absorbed almost immediately, which is bad news
Order
for me.
cancelled.
Somehow they gave me a fill at 8, even though they were trading against me. So maybe it was platform lag. So I somehow won that trade. I'm not really sure what happened. I got up for 24 ticks. So I'm not complaining, but that's messed up on some level.
Fill. Order cancelled. Order placed.
And then I take a front,
Order filled. Order
take a
placed.
front side long
Order
here,
placed.
back into the value area on the absorption of, I'd say, 6 out of 10 on ask delta. Tape has buyers, so it's a big tape and delta divergence now. There are more buyers on the tape. We're back into the value area after plunging liquidity down into the low volume node on that breakout. Values at 6, LVN's 8 and 9. We traded 8 is where the last inside print was, and the ask delta is still hitting lower. I think they're going to get absorbed, and I'm going with the line of BT big trades here, but the primary reason for entry was the reversion trade after stopping these people out on the profile. After stopping these people out, not specifically relative to the profile, but more so from just pattern recognition, plunge excess, clear stops, and if there's not enough momentum, reverse and have everybody puke to the upside. Took a scratch there.
Order placed. Order
And then I caught
placed.
a preemptive
Order
stop here,
placed.
longing 6 for
Order
the reversion trade.
placed.
I get long.
Order placed. Order placed. Order placed. Order placed. Order cancelled.
Sellers never give me a chance to scratch. There's just too much pressure there, and it's quiet pressure too. There's no meta order buy. There's no meta order selling. The queue just empties on market
Order
makers adjusting
cancelled.
their models, or either plunging into a sensitive queue that's weak. And then ask delta is a 3 out of 10 right now in terms of volume and speed.
Order filled.
I get long 7s, same reversion trade, absorbing ask delta. Tape is muddy again, but it's more spread out now. When I was describing the unidirectional move, there'd be a burst of big tape, there'd be a burst of sellers because we were moving down, and then some buyers, and then so a burst of sellers, and then some buyers. So it wasn't neutral order flow. There were buyers and sellers, but they were coming in clusters. And that's what's going on right here is there's a burst of big buyers and then a burst of sellers. So the tape almost looks striped, and when it's muddy, it's blue and orange, and the orders are intermingled here. So I'm just watching initiative
placed.
selling from the market maker perspective here. If the ask wants to plunge lower and hit into the
Order
bid and buyers get
cancelled.
response, I don't want to respond. I don't want to be in it. So I scratch at 7s.
Placed.
I put
Order
the same
placed.
trade on again, backside at 7s. I'm just re-entering. The bid stacks here, but again, I don't see any initiative buying from the bid yet. I do see
Order placed.
looks like, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that because I don't know.
Order cancelled.
And then
Order
I try for a third time. There's also more absorption. Tape isn't muddy. It's primarily seller dominated on BT now, but it's still
Placed.
slow. Delta is gone. Ask delta is very quiet now. There's nothing there. And this Q at 8, which is in the LVN at the very bottom of the value area that's at high of day, which has established our range for the day, is still intact. It's 170 at bid at 8. And I notice I get long here, and I'm giving it some leg room because of how quiet the tape is. Regarding initiative selling and initiative buying, that the sellers who are pushing lower into this 8 on the bid from 6, they're not there anymore, and so the bid reluctantly begins to stack, and there isn't even much of a spoof on the ask either. It looks like everybody is just exhausted here. So the bid stacks to 62, then to 113, not on tape, but just on a spoof and illiquidity. I think it was supposed to be a spoof. I'm going to watch it again, but the market is so maybe sensitive that it was like, nah. The bid queue jumps to 130 and immediately shoots lower. So it was somebody who tried to spoof it, and it said the ask queue just pulled all their orders and it filled me for a win.
Order placed. Order
I'm now
placed.
trading continuation back into the value area.
8.
On
Order
buy
placed.
tape,
Order
upside
placed.
momentum long
Order
7 on 8.
placed. Order
I'm just playing that same mean reversion where I scratched 3 times and finally won that trade. I'm trying to get back into it again at higher prices.
Order placed.
Okay,
Order placed.
let's go back here.
Order placed.
So, like I said, it was that same, it's a continuation trade. Tape is still quiet here. But initiative buying up into the value area is actually drying up here, and the ask looks pretty real. It only jumps to 100. It's not really a traditional spoof. And then the bid seems to spoof a little. Let's go down.
Order placed. Order placed. Order placed. Order placed.
You can hear me spamming. I got long
Order
on the
placed.
outside trade here, and I'm trying to scratch out of it.
Order cancelled.
The ask dwindles to about 30. I pull the order and put it back in, and then the ask begins to not necessarily spoof, but actually size up into breakout volume. Ask delta is 4 out of 10 right now in terms of
Order
volume. I lose that trade.
Order
If I
placed.
chase long again,
Order placed.
well, it has to mean revert, you know what I mean? And there's a lack of initiative buying. I'm long 8s now at the bottom of the
Recenter.
value area, and they don't give an opportunity to scratch. Momentum is obviously swapping in the wrong direction, and I'm about to get run over. So the tape is still muddy. Ask delta 4 out of 10 still. Volume and speed.
Order
I lose, and then sellers really step in
placed.
on a BT. And so I'm short now 9s, the end of the low volume node.
Centered. Order placed.
I flip short 9s on momentum. I would say this is a not preemptive but impulsive. And then just delta explodes, like 8 out of 10 in the left ear of the ask.
Order
But I get
placed.
short here.
Order placed.
And it's at a shelling point. It's the end of the profile. And then buyers start to hit on BT and absorb the passive delta. We see another meta order divergence here.
Order cancelled.
I think I try to get out. They never give me the opportunity to scratch. And the rest is history.
Order filled.
Next is a
Order placed.
11 sell.
Return pull back long back into the value
Order
area
filled.
after we crossed the node. I'm assuming I didn't get long in the rest of the node because it moved up too fast. This is
Order
outside
placed.
long
Order
eights.
placed.
I'm looking for 7s, the 170 on the 170 ask at 7s, value area low, the profile we've been trading to lift. And it does. It goes from 150 to 100, and I have my scratch in. The bid's at 60 right now.
Order
So the Q pulls, and we go back
cancelled.
to the mean reversion. There's no order flow with this trade. It's just the Q, absence of short-term liquidity relative to a profile area. I think the reason, first of all, we sold off 3-4 ticks, stopped it around 0, which is the start of the distribution, which is lower, and then reversed. I think partially because that part of the profile is a low volume node. So now we're pushing back into the high volume node, and I take the kind of a ballsy breakout long there into the value area because I know it's a shelling point. I'm almost certain that sellers are going to sell here and try to defend their positions, and I know there's directional order flow here. And so if I can get a bid queue to stack in front of me, then if I can get a bid queue to stack in front of me, or at least a hold, we could see mean reversion. I'm also leaning towards mean reversion because I lose a lot of money fading breakouts, right? I mean, I lose a lot of money fading mean reversion when we're just forming a standard auction and there's no volatility. And so I tried to center a lot of my trading today around mean reversion.
4 sell. 4 sell. 8 sell.
Order filled. Order placed. Order placed.
Okay, I get longs and reversion here. Back into the profile. I end up winning this trade.
5 buy.
Order cancelled.
4, sell.
The ask is lightly spoofing, but it actually looks real. It's only jumping to 130. Then it looks like they capitulate. Cluster of sell orders on BT here. The ask jumps from 100 to 180 and then pulls immediately. I think they're doing that to spook off buyers while they get their orders out. BidQ holds low 60s and they scratch. I win the trade.
Order
Same,
placed.
continuation reversion trade.
Order placed.
On what sounds like 4 out of 10 bid delta in my right ear.
9.
Some moderate tape. I think, if I'm correct, yeah, there was some big tape momentum as well. Bid tape momentum back into the value area. We are
Order placed.
back in value and
Order
taking
placed.
a half market making half momentum trade.
Order
It's
placed.
off of the backside. Yeah.
Order placed. Order placed.
So
Order placed.
I would call this mean reversion and momentum
9.
play, to be honest. The bid stacks to
Order
150 and they
cancelled.
really can't lift that much. There's no initiative buying after it stacks to 150, which isn't good news. It really just looks like a spoof. I re-enter here, trying to give them a shot for
Recentered.
momentum here. I scratch out,
Filled.
and then I try the same trade again at volume point of control. So it's the third time re-entering. Bid tape is quiet now. Looks like, yeah, just bid tape is quiet
Filled.
now. It's an empty queue. And the ask looks like it's moderate size. The ask is 5, bid is
Order
6. 6 is
placed.
volume point of control.
Order filled.
So I'm like really pushing my luck here at value, and I had the opportunity to scratch the moment I got the fill,
Filled.
though I wasn't really incentivized to because the ask still kind of looks fake. Actually, I take it back. It's spoofed to 180, so
Order filled.
5, 7, sell.
now there's a 3 out of 10
Order
sell
filled.
delta. Big tape is clustered again. Muddy is when it's buy sell on big tape, and clustered or striped is when it's a cluster of sell orders and then a cluster of buy orders and then a cluster of sell orders and then a cluster of buy orders. And I tend to see that when there's a unidirectional move that's moderate in order flow. It's not like price slamming lower. It's more slower, but it is unidirectional. So I'd call that striped or like zebra. If you want to categorize that as one name, zebra or stripe or clustered, to BT zebra, I might say something like that. You can, whatever hashtag you
Filled.
want, and then if I say something and you recognize the word, just pile it into the tag so I can index it in Obsidian. Go ahead, give it a color or whatever when
Order
describing these
placed.
things.
Order cancelled.
Okay, well, let's
Filled.
take a scratch there. Let's go back here for a
Order
second.
7, sell.
Order
So tape is
filled.
striped with sell
Order
orders waiting
placed.
here. It's another reversion long. I get long backside, which is the right thing
Order
to do.
cancelled.
Wait. Yep. It's long backside.
Order
I
placed.
don't really agree with the
Order filled.
scratch. Well, I'd say the ask delta is 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10 here. I'd say it was 3 out of 10, but it's persistent. And so if we can hit into 8s,
Sell.
it's going to be an issue. 8 starts lifting here. On the bid side, they don't lift, they start to pull their orders. Anyways, I scratch in here. I hit
Order
150
placed.
and they let me scratch. The ASCII stacks to 150. It looks like I'm going to lose. The tape is striped again. There's big sellers now. It's not unidirectional, the tape, but it's very
Order
close.
cancelled.
They somehow let me scratch. Maybe I had the fill wrong and I got long 8s and it said I got long at 7s. This might be a platform issue. But I flip short here now on a breakout
Four,
short
sell.
because that delta 3 out of 10 won't go away and the tape is still striped, which I believe is an indicator of a trending
12, sell.
market, a
Or-
unidirectional or trending
Order
market. And then the ask
placed.
stacks aggressively. It's 1017. I mean, and it looks like a real queue. After I get short, I'm short sevens into the value area. Value area low is eights.
12,
This is a breakout trade
sell.
against
Order
a value
placed.
area here. The
Order
queue holds,
cancelled.
and I
Order
win that, and then I flip
placed. Order
long on a breakout long at the end of the session at the
Order
value area high and
filled.
high of day again from more striped tape, more zebra tape, but mainly buyers here really hitting in, and a 2 out of 10 on buy delta at I'm long fives, high of day is threes, and there's not a spoofed queue on the bid on the ask at fours, which is where we're hitting into, but it looks real. It's dwindling between 170 and 224.
Order
So it's very
placed.
possible that I'm hitting into an iceberg here. So I throw my scratch in.
Order
Now let's go and filter by stop. We'll go full
Order
stop first.
filled. Order play. Order filled. Resend.
First is a full stop. First is a breakout.
Order placed.
I'm just going to draw some common denominators for my full stops, and you can do with the information what you want. So first full stop loss is a breakout long above the value area on big tape buy side, and 8 out of 10 buy delta in my right ear, not during news, just during 9:30 on the open. I'm long 8s. VPOC is at 0. There's an outsized bid at 9, 157 and above. Hang on. Okay.
Sold.
And it's a backside breakout long on high momentum, but not momentum because there was news or because order flow showed up and somebody had to hedge out, but because it's the market open, it's just violence.
Order placed. Order
So I get out
filled.
for a full
Order
loss,
placed.
and then I chase
Order
breakout long again after getting shaken out on the same breakout. So the
placed.
second full stop is a high momentum environment on the open, 932.
Order
It's a front
placed.
side, it's not a back side on momentum, and ask delta begins to
Placed.
get absorbed and BT begins to slow down.
Order placed.
So I lose that one. The next one,
Placed.
932,
Order
is a flip short. It's a front side
placed.
trade as well for the same move at 9:32, 11 a.m. And that one blows me out immediately. I believe, right?
Order placed.
Short, full stop for 37 ticks. Yeah, but it was also a phantom order because of how I got filled. I got filled front side.
Placed.
5.
Order placed.
Next one
Order
is a
filled.
backside short on 3 out of 10 ask delta muddy
Filled.
tape, not zebra, muddy tape. This is most likely it's 9:34, so it's coming after the
Order
initial
placed.
opening
Order
green stripe
filled.
move. And I get short on 37. The bid stacks in my face. There's got to be something here to tell me. Okay, yeah, there was initiative selling down at threes at threes where price is trading. We're no man's land. Shelling points at 5, and we're trading between 4 and 2, 4 bid, 2 offer. So we're no man's land. But I was going to say is the ask hits here.
Order
Nothing happens.
placed.
I was going to say is the ask
Order
hits here. There's
filled.
initiative selling and zilch, right? So they get absorbed, and then buyers aggressively stack in their face. So there was no opportunity to scratch there. Just ran against me. Tape is still muddy. Ask delta is also picking up, and the pitch is picking up as well. So it was just huge absorption from limit queues.
Order filled.
Is a long. Next one is a short at high of day on 2 out of 10 ask delta. Muddy tape again, but a little bit sellish.
Sell. 9. Sell.
Order placed. Order cancelled.
Short on a delta pressure.
Order filled.
I can see the weakness in the initiative suppose I ignored it here. And the moment I get short, the bid stacks 240, which is a sign of strength, obviously. They need to absorb here, and they're not doing that. So there's also no
Order
opportunity
placed.
to scratch here when I took a full loss. I'm interested
Placed.
to see.
Order filled.
Okay, so full stop 4 and 5, they gave me no
Placed.
opportunity to scratch.
Order placed. Order placed. 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 Order placed.
Full stop 3, they gave me no
Order
opportunity to scratch.
Order placed. Order placed.
Full stop 1, no opportunity as well.
Order placed. Order placed. Order filled. Order placed. Order filled.
Front side 7 breakout, first full stop.
Order
It
placed.
looks like there might have been an opportunity to scratch.
Order
there,
filled.
It doesn't look like it actually.
Order filled.
5. So all of them, they gave me no
Order
opportunity to scratch.
filled.
So these were essentially trades that moved immediately against me.
Order placed. Order filled.
Okay, I get long on a return pullback on 4 out of 5 ask delta and not zebra tape aggressive
entered.
So I really stepped in front of a train. It's 9:30
Order
here.
filled.
That's a pretty lousy trade because there's no confirmation of flow. I was probably front running some sort of mean reversion, but there's heavy selling on BT and I would say 4 out of 10 on ask delta and a strong Q in front of the face. I immediately lost that one.
Order filled.
I hit it, and then I flip short after that happens to me on the next tick, trying to go with delta. The delta's still there. It's pretty solid for now.
9. Sell.
The ask begins to spoof from 80 to 140, and they can't hit the bid. Also selling on the tape that's being absorbed. S on BT, selling on big tape.
Order
here.
placed.
I want to see, this was a front side trade as well, and it was irrespective of the profile, it was a front side momentum breakout to the downside, front side momentum trade. And then this one also is a momentum trade, front
Order
side. Wait.
Placed.
Yeah, this is
Order
also a short front side at high
Placed.
day. 9:45. They give me an opportunity to scratch this one, and it rallies in my face. So BT, big buyers on buy tape here, and very high pitched aggressive. I'd say 8 out of 10 bid delta hitting the tape here at high of day. This is 9:45. There might have been news. I'm not sure.
Placed.
The next
Order
trade
canceled.
is another front side trade on momentum at high of day. These are all full
Order
stops.
placed. Order filled.
They don't give me an opportunity to scratch this one. Tape is muddy and the delta is quiet. Next one is again at high of day.
Order placed. Order placed. Order placed.
It's a backside
Order
short
placed.
at high of day, which
Order
actually isn't a bad trade idea. Tape is quiet up until I get in the trade. The bid stacks aggressively, and the offer that I'm leaning on starts to pull, and then the bid delta there is also 3 out of 10 in my ear. So, but mainly I think it's the Q driving prices higher. I'm not saying this was like a horrible trade, but I should have waited for a turn in momentum.
Order canceled.
Like a short at zeros after either tape gets quiet or I see strength on the ask would actually be a solid trade in a really good area because we're at the high of day. And relative to SPOOs, I don't use SPOOs for correlations much anymore, but you know, SPOOs isn't at its high of day either. Isn't at its high of day, so relative to SPOOs, NASDAQ
Order
is
filled.
converging.
Order filled.
Front side long. On a 150 ask on a 150 bid queue, and the moment I get long,
Order
bid pulls
placed.
quite literally 100 lots, and they give me no opportunity to scratch. This is also at high of day. not on zebra tape, but seller predominated tape that has gone quiet now. I'm looking at it and there are a ton of sellers, but there's no sound on the tape. And
Order
that's all.
order filled.
So these were all, most of them appear to be breakout or momentum trades. None of them appear to be market making trades. If you've heard me mention
Order
what type of
placed.
trades they were, this one,
Order
the
placed.
Speak of the Devil, looks like a backside.
Order placed.
No, it's a front
9,
side trade on absorption of sell delta and muddy tape into the value area near high of day, so it's technically a reversion trade, and an absorption trade on a strong bid queue,
5,
which isn't a bad
10,
trade, though. I end up putting my long in at VPOC, and I don't really see the
5,
point of a front side trade for
4,
mean reversion.
7, sell,
Meta order tape hits
5,
here. There's a cluster
sell,
of buyers, and they just get heavily
Stop
absorbed, and then
filled.
my offer pulls and my bid pulls there, and we shoot lower. And then
Order filled.
the next one is a front side short trade on what's it called? Tape. The heavy sellers on BT again, front side, and they leave me in the dust. There's no initiative selling after they fill my order. We're at the value area low, the distribution that we're talking about at threes. I'm looking for a breakout into the LVN below us.
Order
There's about a 2 out of 10 on the ask tape
placed.
backing me, 2 out of 10 on the ask delta backing me,
Order placed.
and
Order
they also
placed.
don't let me scratch in this one. So it was a front side, they didn't let me scratch. The other
Order
ones that I'm talking about either, I'm almost certain they didn't let me scratch
order
either. That was a short, yeah,
order
the LVN. Um, the tape is orange. I mean, it's full. There are tons of
filled.
sellers there, but they went quiet, and the ask delta is very low. It's maybe 2, 3 out of 10. And we couldn't push into this node
Order
at all. So what that effectively means, let me see where we came from, is there was a tremendous amount of sell pressure, and they couldn't push prices lower. Now they're going to get absorbed, and we're going to mean revert most likely unless somebody steps in. And that was at 9:51, 9:53, 2 minutes later. That's exactly what happens. It looks like buyers covered the entire distribution after absorbing
order
all those people.
order
Okay, we're at high of day now.
order placed.
I get long. This is a really
Order filled.
kind of angering long. I'm long front side
Order
into
placed.
high of day. There's a sell wall at 8
Order
here.
filled.
I get long 9s, and the ask stacks against me immediately. Ask tape 4 out of 10. I mean, ask delta, the ask stacks against
Order
me immediately. Ask delta 4 out of 10.
placed.
And BT zebra, big tape, meta order tape, zebra, striped. Striped with sellers leading. The most recent sell orders the most recent orders on the BT are sellers. I'm not going to be able to get through this if I don't speed it up. Next.
Order cancelled.
5, sell, 13, sell, 5,
Okay, breakout long
Order
at 10 o'clock after news.
play.
Qs are really, really thin. Tape is exploding on the buy side. Buyers are in control here. Though they get absorbed at threes. We're in no man's land past high of day on news. That's probably why value was sitting up there, because they were pricing in news sending us higher to some extent. Also very interesting that the 453 lot, which I may have marked as an event, traded exactly at 9:59 p.m. and filled that meta order that was laying there. It wasn't a meta order, it was just a giant block trade in the NASDAQ, a tick away from the high of day, which is a real trade. You should tell me about that and who does that. Like, why would you put it past the high of day? And how does the Q somehow find the liquidity to supply a 400 lot market order trade into, a 400 lot ask that's sitting 36 ticks away from the high of day? It's insane. Okay, anyways, I got slipped on that on absorption. a liquid queue. You know, basically all is fair in love and war. Let me see if I can.
Order
First of all, it's a
place.
front side queue, which is fine. And then they stack against me, and it's gone in a second. Nobody gives me a chance to get out. Looks like I was just late to the party.
Recentered.
You know, notes for that would be to, I suppose, preemptively interpret the pricing and the value, because we were sitting at the Hive day value all day, and then news hit and buyers hit the tape. So the 453 and the big blue BT spamming upward at Hive day and the illiquid Q probably should have been an indicator where we were going.
Recentered.
Instead of watching
Order
the
placed.
price
Order
rise,
placed.
like,
Order placed. Order
came from
365. Recentered. Order
It's actually
place.
not that bad. It was very short-lived. So it was effectively a Grady. It was effectively huge mean reversion. I don't even know if I can even call that a breakout. We had a value area. We had a news event. All these buyers came in, and then they got absorbed on a very light queue. And I caught the end by joining front side. I took a 40 tick loss because of the slippage. But it looks like a Grady
Order
smackdown. If you note that as you can index the file or the AI Claude codex
place.
if you provide instructions for it somewhere, the one in Obsidian, which is what it was. News event push price up, and then we mean reverted. I think I get long here in the same trade, so this looks like another front side
Order
long as
placed.
well.
Order placed.
So the next full stop is clustered around a news loss
Order
again.
placed.
It's re-enter on that same trade. The next one
Order filled.
is a short at fives. Muddy tape, no order
Order
flow.
placed.
And also the delta, I'd say it was a 10 out of 10. The delta, bid delta, when that news event hit, in terms of speed and how loud it was. My only complaint was I could hear the absorption of me about to lose my trade because the pitch began to flatten out. I get short here.
Order placed.
Let me see if it was a
Order
front side.
placed. Order
Yeah, it's
filled.
front side long on it's a front side
Order
short.
placed.
I don't know what it's off though. You know, it really just kind of looks like nothing. There should be a dead giveaway for my trades, so I'm just gonna mark that as noise. I went long front side, they blew me out. Next
Order placed. Order placed.
is
Order
a
placed.
front side long on no initiative buying.
Order
They effectively leave me
placed.
out to dry. I try to hit a continuation trade here. Tape is zebra again with buyers
Order
leading.
cancelled.
I try to scratch out, and they don't give me an opportunity. This is a mean reversion trade. It's at sevens, the low end of the notch. So it just looks like I was a bit early. I'm sure if I fast forward, I might actually. Price held sevens, price held sevens, price held sevens. They absorbed somebody. I got long sevens. Then we actually move up into sixes. So the trade area was actually sound. I was just a bit early, and I should have been more patient, you know, but that's 20 minutes later, nearly.
Order placed. Order placed. Order
Okay, long
placed.
here at eights.
Order placed.
Same mean reversion trade. Tape is zebra with buyers leading.
Order
BT is
placed.
zebra with buyers leading.
Order
If you have to translate what I say, like if I say big tape and the Claude codex won't pick it up in Obsidian, it has to be translated to BT for him to understand it. He probably doesn't, but
cancelled.
you can do that as well. But they don't let me get out here. Tape is still
Order
zebra, sellers
cancelled.
step in and they push price lower. This is the same trade where the delta starts to hit into the node. The delta starts to hit into the low volume node.
Placed.
Next, I want to know if that was
Order
front side. No.
8.
Order placed. Order placed.
Yeah, it was front side.
Placed.
Zebra tape.
Order
here.
placed. Order placed.
Front side again.
Order placed.
And then initiative. Okay, yeah, and then I give the trade some breathing room and it goes against me. There was no initiative buying to follow through, so effectively I jumped in front and nobody followed. I got ran over.
Order.
Sell. 4 sell.
Order placed.
Sell.
Next is a
9
short,
sell.
breakout short. But I'm at the end. We're at the end of the move, so I got ran over in the meat of the move. Tape is 0 with sellers leading.
5
Ask delta is still there, but they get absorbed this time, and rightfully so, because there's a shelling point at 0, and price is trading 9
Order.
tick above.
Order placed.
So,
Order placed.
and there's an absence of liquidity to the upside there, most likely. Inventory, short-term inventory, I'm thinking. The ask pulls from like 150 to 60 as buyers only stack 80, so there's obviously weakness there. Tape is 0 with buyers leading now. I lose
Filled.
Next stop is a
4 5
cookie cutter mean reversion trade. It's me long at VPOC on quiet tape.
6 5
It looks like we've had buyers push price up from 7 to
Order
6
placed.
here. And I got caught on a late momentum trade in the center of value. And
Order filled. Order placed.
this was the
Order
only
filled.
backside long on a
4
teeny tiny
5
bit of bid delta as well. So I think I'm chasing half of a mean reversion and half of these buyers on BT, but the trade area is pretty poor. Let's go to just losses now.
22 sell.
Order
Losses.
Order cancelled.
3 out of 10 ask delta in the ear.
22
front side
sell.
Order
long
placed.
ear.
26 sell.
Buyers are
9
winning.
sell.
Order
I throw in my scratch and the Q pulls for 0.5 seconds and immediately replenishes. I was long twos. And they fill me for 28. 29 is
Order placed. Order
front side
filled.
short at a high of day.
Centered.
5.
Order cancelled. Order placed.
4
I adjust my stops here.
5
The bid thickens up into high of day, which is at 4. BT is exploding with buys.
Order filled.
Take it out for a loss. Let's go to scratches now.
Order filled.
I'm just gonna go
Order placed. Order filled. Order placed.
front side at VPOC is 1.
6 sell. 4 12 sell. 6 sell.
Backside mean reversion VPOC is another.
20
Order filled.
Is there a way to slow this down? Doesn't look like it. Video frame, inspect, video as. Fat chance.
5 sell. 5 5
Order filled.
Tape down here.
20
Order
recentered. 6 5 33 5 20
Order filled.
Short return pullback, catching knives here. What was it?
33 5
It was a
Order
backside.
placed.
That was we're going through scratches now.
Order filled.
Breakout long.
Filled.
On high momentum. 931 on the open.
Order placed. Order filled. Order filled. Order placed. Order filled.
4 5
And
11 sell.
scratch.
11 sell.
Next is a flip short of the same momentum here.
Order placed.
Mean
Order
reversion,
cancelled.
volume mode,
Order
volume
filled.
mode, immediate scratch.
24
Next
Order
and
placed.
Wait.
11
That
sell.
short, timestamp 931.41, scratch. It was a backside
11 sell.
short.
Order filled.
The Q pulled.
24
Order placed. Order cancelled.
Front side short, mean revert. Oh, it was a long.
24
Order placed.
So backside
Order
long,
cancelled.
breakout long that I
Order
scratched.
filled.
Breakout long again.
Order
Again in the
placed.
same area. Scratch.
Order cancelled.
No tape this time.
4 sell.
Order filled.
Another breakout long.
4 5
Order placed.
sell. 13 sell. 20
Filled.
This isn't really worth it because of how
Order-
big the scratches are. What if
Order
I get not
placed. Order
scratched?
placed.
There's a lot of data here, and out of all the data sets, it's really the least important. We're going to wins, and We're going to draw some common
Order
denominators
filled.
here.
Order play.
5, sell, 5,
First is
buy.
high
Or-
bid momentum. I'm just going to say bid momentum. Tape is
Order
0 with
filled.
buyers. Bid delta 7 out of 10. Let's see
20,
here.
Order filled.
The front side long on momentum at 9s out of
Order
VPOC.
filled.
9 is value area high, so it's a shelling point.
Order placed. Order placed. Order placed.
Oh, it was a short. Ooh. It's
Order filled.
930.46. Short mean reversion. Zebra tape. Ask is leading now at 9s.
Order
All right. VPOC is at 1.
Placed.
I'm short 9s.
Order placed. Order placed.
Okay. So was
Order
it
filled.
backside or front side?
Order filled.
5, sell, 5, buy.
Order filled.
It was a backside mean reversion short on market open, high momentum, zebra tape with sellers leading, and bid delta absorption. I would call it an 8 or a 7 out of 10 on bid delta. That really got absorbed there. That was a great indicator of price moving lower. It's really good fade trade.
Order
This is a long
filled.
breakout long on momentum
E,
right after the open here
12,
on zebra tape
Order
with buyers leading and
filled.
clearing
13.
9s.
5,
Got long.
4,
Next is the same continuation
Order placed.
breakout long of the
Order
ask
placed.
open here
6,
on
5,
momentum,
10.
though though bid delta has gone quiet and tape is moderately buyer dominated here.
Order
Next
filled.
is a long hit 936.
4, buy. 4,
Let me go back here for a second.
4, sell.
Okay, win number 3 was backside.
Order filled.
13, 12,
Order filled.
13,
Win number 2 looked like a slippage error or a platform error.
5,
Order filled.
I think I already know these backside trades are going to do better statistically.
4, buy. 5,
Order filled.
I'll keep it anyways.
4, buy. 4,
2 is a backside breakout on the high of day
4, buy. 5,
on a quiet delta and
Order
zebra
placed.
bid tape that were buyers here now. The
Order
next
filled.
win is a mean reversion trade.
Order
into
placed.
HVN off of threes the value area
Order
low,
cancelled.
shelling point, zebra tape as well.
Order placed.
And
Cancelled.
backside
Order
Q by the looks of it.
Order filled.
Yeah,
Cancelled.
backside Q.
Order filled. Order placed.
Next is a short
Order cancelled.
on
Order filled.
VPOC. I'm not sure why on zebra tape with buyers. It might just be fading that. Tape is quiet though. I mean,
5, buy.
Order
Goes
placed.
quiet though, and tape is stagnant.
Order placed.
Next is a short
Order
high
filled.
of day. It's
Sold.
front side.
Order
The short here at 2 at VPOC I just scrolled over was front side as well. The next,
order sold.
well, that was a long
Order
actually.
filled.
It was a long on quiet tape, so it was another mean reversion trade. That's 1, 2, 3. That's win number 6 is a mean reversion trade into VPOC off of
Placed. Order cancelled. Order filled.
off of backside, off of front side, I apologize. The next
Order
is a short at high of
placed.
day on 3 out of 10.
Order
ask
filled.
delta, zebra tape again.
4, buy. 7, buy.
Yeah, and then the tape got muddy, so it's an equal auction
Order
flow.
filled. Order
Next win is
placed.
another short at high of day, leaning on what I thought was an iceberg order at 8s, which is high of day, on zebra tape with sellers leading. It's kind of muddy though. Zebra big tape with sellers leading and a 1 out of 10 on ask delta.
Nine.
Q stacks in my favor aggressively, and then big tape explodes with sellers. Next win is a breakout long at high of
Resend.
day on heavy momentum at 9:45 a.m. I'm chasing
Ten.
along here. This is also where I get caught offside. I catch the initial start of the move.
Buy.
First jump, I get slipped for 43 ticks of positive
Order
P&L there. Next is the same win playing the same move on momentum. I caught an early win there, so I was long
Order
two contracts
filled.
in that mess. Next is a long at high of day again on 2 out of 10 ask delta being absorbed in a strong bid Q. No, those momentum trades were not backside. They were almost certainly front side. There's initiative selling here at 1. What it looks like is me. Tape is muddy. What it looks like is me kind of putting faith in this bid who's sitting at 2. And he's pretty strong. and that was into a high of day, which is a really messed up trade to put on, but I
Or-
put it on nonetheless.
Order
Next is a
filled.
short at high of day.
Recenter.
Bread and butter trade so far. On backside,
Order filled.
zebra tape with sellers leading.
Recentered.
Ask delta 3 out of 10.
Order cancelled.
Ask stacks in my
Stop
favor.
filled.
Next
Order
is a
cancelled.
long mean reversion at high of day
10, sell.
at 2s,
8,
right above
8,
3s, which is where the profile falls off. Tape is muddy, and ask delta is a 2 being absorbed.
8,
The Q on the ask side at 1 at VPOC looks like it's spoofing.
Order
Next
placed.
is
Order placed.
a
Order
breakout
placed.
long at high of day again for 1
Order placed.
5, 5,
on zebra tape. That's more mixed. It's hard to determine what's going on. It's almost muddy, and delta's real quiet. Next
Order
is
filled.
4,
a return pullback long
Order
at mean
placed.
reversion trade. That's what mean reversions are, the return pullbacks. You know, it's me fading inward to the inward part of the distribution. Is a return pullback long on quiet tape and zebra tape with buyers leading.
Order placed.
Next is a short mean reversion return pullback again on a 3 out of 10 bid delta
Order
being absorbed
order-
and the
Order placed.
size holding at 9s. I got short 0s right below 9s. It's a back, is it?
Order placed.
With a backside entry, yes.
Filled.
And what looks like what looks like slow Q tape from the buyers, and also the tape is, you know, glowing blue big order tape. So there were a tremendous amount of buyers here. I'm probably fading the unidirectional move upwards from 3 up to 0 from buyers that crossed the distribution here. And I got short at high
Order
day. That's a good
place.
short. The tape stopped and the delta is still there, so I'm fading the delta and trading the excess of inventory through the order flow imbalance caused by the string of meta orders that hit tape, I think, is what's
Filled.
going on. Then
Order-
the other one is not a process error, but a platform error long, where they filled me 3 ticks offside for some
Reset.
reason, and I instantly won.
Order-
For context, the tape is exploding and it's muddy. It's 10 o'clock, so it's
Replay.
right after news. Maybe if that keeps happening, I don't know if I'm going to be able to trade news because I don't know how it's going to perform live.
Filled. Order placed.
Next one is that as well. Is the same muddy platform error fill. I don't know why it
Order
fills me 3 ticks offside. You know, I'm not complaining. Let me see at least why
20,
Order filled.
they have to be able to fill me at the price. It didn't move up that fast.
Filled. Order placed.
Next long, same strange filling offside by 2 ticks.
Order
And these were wins of 38, 42, 45, 16. So if you took them out, you know, I'd probably be more negative today, but, you know, they slipped me on the opposite
Place.
side as well. Good for me that I got long in an
Order
uptrend
play.
when tape exploded and buyers were dominating it. I don't really
Order
apologize.
play. Order
Next is
filled.
a short.
Order filled. Order placed. Order placed.
It's okay.
Order
This is getting out of hand.
Order filled. Order filled.
I get short at the tail end on delta absorption and tape being muddy here after this momentum move from news. I get short and win that. Next is a breakout short front side. Next is a breakout short front side at VPOC near high of day. No.
Order placed.
4, 5, 4, 5.
I throw my scratch in and then sell delta hits 3 out of 10. Little meta order tape, but tape is still muddy. It's not zebra.
Order 47.
Sell. 4, sell.
Ask delta 6 out of 10. BT zebra, big tape zebra. I'm going to say BT. BT zebra, sellers leading.
Order
Into a low
Replace.
volume. This is a momentum
Center.
breakout, and she pukes.
Order play. Centered.
I got in early on it by the looks of it.
Order cancel.
Yeah, and they gave me a very strange fill, but I'll take it nonetheless. Price moved up and it should have stopped me out, but instead,
Order placed.
I won the trade. I think the platform is just lagging actually because of
Order
how much data is being filtered through
place.
it. Next 7 short. Yeah, it's breakout short at 7. Front side on what looks like initiative.
Order placed.
It was backside actually. No, wait.
Order filled. Order placed.
Recentered.
Okay. Next, the third to last win of
Order
the
placed.
day is a long. I was wrong. It's a return pullback. Long back into value, and it's front side. The
Order
queue's
placed.
sitting there, and the tape is zebra with sellers leading. The delta is quiet, and the ask we were hitting into looks like relatively normal flow, so I'm leaning on basic mean reversion and quiet market conditions to extract value here.
Order
Capacity to scratch.
filled.
The next trade is the same, but it's front side
Order
instead of back side. I get long
placed.
8s. I've previously illustrated the value areas between 7 and
Order
4.
placed.
I throw my scratch in here, and I'm just watching the ask queue. I'm just watching the bid queue and hoping they stuff, which is what they're doing, and the ask queue is responsive rather than thickening up. Everybody wants it
Order
to fake
canceled.
liquidity, but my scratch is in nonetheless, and I end up winning that one. And last winner of the day.
Filled. Order placed.
Is a breakout front side.
Order filled.
Is a back out. Is a backside short of the same value area. Short 7s, zebra tape, sellers leading, and what sounds most likely like consistent quiet sell delta imbalance being rewarded because the tone isn't necessarily monotone. It's hitting lower, and there's a variance of size by about 40 contracts on the ask, hitting at 7. But what really pushed it was the consistent. I know there was consistent sell delta before I skipped through this trade, pushing price lower, and then meta
12.
order tape hits combined
Sell.
with a strong
Order
ask.
placed.